Haven't done one of these in a while, haven't showed off some Blu-rays and stuff like that. I know some of the people that watch occasionally or watching for the Blu-ray stuff. I haven't really gotten a lot recently. I have a lot of movies. Some folks have like, they show off their collections and they have like these big rooms like filled with movies everywhere. That's super cool, but I can't do that. So I get them sparingly these days. Although I got a good amount, I figured I'd make a video. The first two, we got 4Ks, we got DVDs, we got Blu-rays, so we got a nice mix. The first two I haven't watched yet, at least this copy, and we got the Pink Panther on 4K. I'm really excited to watch this. This movie is hilarious, and I don't know. I've just been like, I think all of us need a laugh lately. So I don't really have a lot of comedy movies, which I love comedies. I have a lot of dramas and horrors, but not a lot of comedies. So I figured I would pick it up, and I'm looking forward to watching it. It's a great movie. Next, I haven't watched yet, and I haven't seen this film at all, and I'm very excited. Oh, by the way, this is a Kino Lorber, if I hadn't mentioned that. They do great work. The next is Criterion, amazing work, another 4K, and this is Killers of the Flower Moon. Really excited to watch this. I just have never seen this. I read the book. I've reviewed the book, I'm pretty sure, on this channel. It's really good. I believe David Gran was the author. I love the way he writes and his investigative journalism, so I'm really excited to see this. I mean, it's a Scorsese film. I pretty much love everything he's done. Before this, I think he did The Irishman, which I know some people didn't like, but I loved that movie. I thought it was great. Anyways, very excited to see this. Now we'll get into, the rest is all TV shows. I have a video, if you scroll back, maybe it's like 2 years old, where I was talking about getting TV shows on physical media. I don't really watch streaming a lot on my own, virtually never, with other people once in a while, like a couple times a week, but I mostly watch all my TV shows on DVD. Which has been nice as things have been, leaving, and you know what I'm talking about, the whole, what streaming service is the show I want to watch on today. Anyways, the first one is a DVD, and man, I will say, now is the time to get TV shows on, and get them on DVD. I don't think you need to worry so much about Blu-ray, because they look just fine, and they're starting to get cheap. And some are like new releases are expensive, but a lot of them are really cheap. And I don't know if it's because physical media has becoming more popular, but I'm seeing more and more shows come out now on you never would think. So it's really cool. Anyways, the first is one of my favorite shows ever. I love this show. And this is the DVD. This is the first season of True Detective, which I think came out in 2014, if I remember correctly. 2016. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's 2014. Maybe this is when the release came out. Season 1, The Long Bright Dark, which I believe they've named after the fact. I don't know if this was originally supposed to be an anthology series. It feels like it's not. But this was written by, his name's Nick Pizzolatto, and then Joji Fukunaga directed this. They directed and wrote everything. It shows whenever I watch a limited series or a mini series where it's a singular, at least writer or director, you get that kind of singular vision that I'm always kind of looking for, like season 1 of Fargo, written by one guy. It really shows. This is some really good writing. I will say, as I've seen this a couple times, maybe just like it a little bit less, just because I started to read, I can't remember his name, and I knew I was going to forget it. The writer, it's like I don't want to say he plagiarized him, but it's so heavily inspired by this author whose name I frankly can't remember right now, which is crazy because one of his books has got to be around here. I think you know who I'm talking about if you like cosmic horror. But anyways, this is a really unique, if you haven't seen, this is a high art, really extremely well done show about two detectives that are solving a murder that has some ritualistic sort of connotations to it, and they just get in deep. It's one of those shows, they get in over their head, and it focuses very much on the two of them and their lives and what they go through trying to solve a case. So it's very much a character piece and a drama, but because it's Thomas Ligotti, couldn't remember his name. Very heavily based on Thomas Ligotti's work. It has this extremely dark, I guess, cosmic horror, but existentialist sort of horror. So it's not the sort of horror that is like a thrilling. It's a dry, slow show. But this show does not fuck around. I mean, it is very intense, and the horror doesn't come out a lot, but when it does, it's very scary. And it just has some of the best action sequences ever. Like, there's a tracking shot in here that is like one of the, I think it's the best I've ever seen. If you know, you know. But yeah, this show's awesome. I actually think that, I haven't seen the other seasons, by the way, and I don't know if I'm gonna. I might check them out, but I think you actually can get this season on Blu-ray if you buy the box set, and that's fine. Next is a random one, but I like to watch cartoons, and it's the complete series of Hey Arnold. I think this is one of the best kids cartoons ever. Came out in '96, and I mean, I remember it getting a little, I don't know, it changed a little bit in the early 2000s. A lot of those shows did. Like, remember Doug? Doug's a great show. I think Disney bought Doug, and then it was airing on Disney, and it wasn't as good. I don't think that happened here, but the early seasons of the show are really, really good. It's funny. It's got great animation, which is sorely lacking these days. I mean, it's very good looking animation. Hand-drawn, you know, the way the art is done. It almost looks like colored pencils sometimes with the backdrops. It's just very cool. Yeah, I love this show. It's got great messages, great characters. It's awesome. It has everything. It's got the pilot, the claymation short, which I remember watching back in the day. And it's got, I think there's 2 movies. Yeah, 2 movies. There was a movie, the Hey Arnold movie, I'm pretty sure came out in theaters. I think I saw that in theaters. Yeah, 2002. I remember seeing that. And then the Jungle movie, which was like, came out a lot later, I think, and that kind of wrapped the series up. I've never seen that. But anyways, the early seasons are great. The next one is a series that I never thought would come out. I've said this before. They released the first 2 seasons of this show on Blu-ray, and that was at this point over 10 years ago. So I've said in a video, I don't think that we're never going to get the full series of this on Blu-ray. DVD's going to have to do. And they did it, and that's kind of my point of this video, is like, you should be looking in, you know, if you're a physical media person, start looking into TV shows, because a lot of stuff is starting to come out. Anyways, this is I Love Lucy on Blu-ray. One of my favorite sitcoms, definitely my favorite classic show, but one of the best sitcoms ever. The show's just so damn funny. There's a lot of content in here. I cannot believe this came out. I just can't. I mean, I love Lucy. You know, I love this show. So obviously I'm excited, but this is truly one that I did not think would ever come out. 10 plus years is a long time, you know, of a gap of a release. So I was like, well, they're not selling well. They'll never come out. I don't know why they decided to do this, but this looks great. It looks fantastic. There's tons of special features. The first 2 releases I've reviewed before on this channel, and they're very high effort releases, and the rest is like this. It has the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. I think it was like the hour-long episodes that were on later in the show. It has color. It has color episodes in here. It's got the movie, which is those 3 episodes that they pieced together. I'm pretty sure that was where they talk about how Lucy met Ricky. I could be misremembering that. Anyways, there's just a tremendous amount of content in here, so that's amazing. And the last actually just came out, a Blu-ray series, and this is Gilmore Girls on Blu-ray. Another show I really, really enjoy. You know, it's interesting, like, I didn't really click with this show when it was out in the early 2000s because I don't think I could relate to Lorelai at the time, and it was a little hard for me to relate to Rory because a lot of Rory's stuff, at least in the early seasons, is kind of like teen drama stuff, and as a guy, like, I just couldn't relate to, like, girl stuff, you know? As an adult, I totally relate to Lorelai. Not being a single mother, obviously, but yeah, like the adulthood struggles I definitely relate to. And I love the way the show is structured, how they did. It was very smart. They have the, you know, the teen drama stuff and then the adult stuff. And both are written, you know, smartly enough, but not heavy enough where both can kind of enjoy it. So yeah, it's a great show. I think it falls off a little bit maybe by season 5 or 6. And I think that it's because they switched like directors of photography or something. And I always notice this when I watch the show. It's around 5 or 6 where the lighting changes. This show has amazing cinematography. All the sets are incredible, but it's really like the lighting and the cinematography that is so excellent, because a lot of the show was shot on sets and it just doesn't look like it. So the lighting is fantastic. And you don't see a lot of shows these days, even though this isn't a sitcom, but I don't see a lot of shows with good lighting. I just think everything looks like shit. I mean, a lot of shows just have bad lighting. And I think one of the reasons they do that is because a lot of stuff is very edited in the moment and after the fact and pieced around, and it's easier to have flat lighting to kind of blend all those scenes together than to shoot one sort of scene that it's going to be like this, and whoever's doing the lights has lit it for this intention. And you just don't get that a lot now, and especially in movies as well. It's just absolutely horrible. But anyways, I could go on and on, but yeah, I really love the lighting in the show. I love the writing. It's kind of not exactly my type of humor, the quirky kind of Buster Keaton, like rapid fire. It's not exactly my type of humor, but I dig it. So yeah, and then there's A Year in the Life as well, which is nice. If you're a big fan of the show, it's got everything. I'm not a big fan of A Year in the Life, but it's cool to have a decent amount of special features, not a ton, but it's just really nice to have on Blu-ray, and it looks really good. Yeah, another thing that's crazy is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure A Year in the Life was meant to be, it was a Netflix original, and I think it's leaving Netflix. So yet another reason to just buy everything on physical media. Like The Office, the Superfan episodes, those are coming to Blu-ray, tons of stuff. So anyways, thought this would be fun. Let me know if you have any of this, if you are interested in any of it, and what you've been watching lately. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.